Appear in front of you guys. So I see that Complimentary Sports is here. Sweet Jones is here. What's up to you guys? And first of all, happy Thanksgiving to everyone that decided to show up today. I'm not expecting a huge crowd. You can probably tell by my voice. I'm a little worn out. Basically went through 8 straight days of work. And anyone who does shift work knows that feeling. I know most shift workers, they tend to do like 4 days on, 3 days off, that type of deal. I wish I had that, but I didn't get it this past week. So don't mind me if I feel a little low key. And also, conspicuous by his absence, Bills will not be on the show tonight. He'll be on the next episode. If you want to reach out to him, he definitely needs your prayers right now. So just reach out to him on Twitter. He's pretty much going to be. He'll be there for the next show. It's just pretty much dealing with what I had to deal with a few weeks back. So, Bills himself, he's okay. But I would say just send him a prayer on Twitter if he wants to let you know. I'm like, I know through my personal experience with dealing with death in the family, you want to take that time to grieve and just take your time. So and the timing, around Thanksgiving, you have people whose relatives they pass away around Thanksgiving, and I mean, it's just bad timing overall. So I wish him well. I already talked to him beforehand. I think it was Monday or Tuesday we talked, and it was just making sure that he was okay. And this podcast doesn't really mean anything in the scheme of things. I know he just became the co-host, so I'm happy to have him on board. So that's one thing that I knew I was going to have to do different. I needed a wingman, and he's the best one you could have. So definitely shout out to him. And, we'll see him on episode 46, because tonight is episode 45, the Donald Trump episode. It's like, we're not talking about Donald Trump, except for the fact that he did announce that he is running for president of the United States, which is probably was the worst kept secret of all time. Everyone knew he was going to announce that he was going to run. There was no bones about it. So that's one of those things where, everyone knew what was going to happen. Also, give a shout out to former wingman VF, who's streaming right now. So shout out to him. I know he's talking about the Atlanta Falcons. I peeked over. I just happened to, when I was pulling up Twitter to share my podcast and stuff like that, I seen that he was live. So shout out to him. So hopefully everything's good over there. And wishing him a happy Thanksgiving. Wishing Bills a happy Thanksgiving. Again, wishing you guys happy Thanksgiving, and whoever may watch this after on the replay, archived, or whatever you may call it, happy Thanksgiving. This is the Thanksgiving edition of What the Fuck Just Happened. So just a few reminders. Definitely want to put that out there. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Like I said, haven't mentioned it since episode 41, so just going to put that out there. And okay, so what's been going on in the last week since we last talked? I know the last episode was kind of crazy, and definitely had some fun. So what's been going on? Commanders won again. They beat the Texans, which they were supposed to beat the Texans. It was probably the first game in Washington history, recent history, that you could watch the game relatively stress-free. I'm like, they cruised in that game, which can't really say about any of the games that they really play in. But we did see the Giants get their ass whipped. So any of you Giants fans out there, after we play the Falcons, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. We play y'all 2 straight weeks, and the Giants are the team that I fear the most out of any NFC East team that's been in existence. Because remember, it was Lawrence Taylor back in the day that broke Joe Theismann's leg. So the Giants I've always been afraid of. Even Joe Gibbs is afraid of the Giants. So that's that. All right. So trying to figure out how we're going to go about tonight, because everyone now knows the FIFA World Cup has begun. So we're just going to get right into it. Not really much. Except for the fact that Argentina lost to Saudi Arabia. I thought that was pretty hilarious. Right now, it's preliminary stage where all the groups are set and they play each other. I think they play each other once on the go around to get to the tournament of 16. But that was definitely a shocker to see Argentina go down to Saudi Arabia. And then also, what was thought to be, well, at least by the first half, it looked like the United States was about to get a victory over Wales. But preliminary sports is like, are they eliminated? No, they're not eliminated. They're just embarrassed. Um, the United States looked like they were about to take out Wales. Wales came back, tied. It was a crucial moment in the game in the second half where the U.S. defender was too aggressive, too handsy with their star player, with Wales' star player, which forced a penalty kick, and the guy scored. I can't remember the Wales star. He plays in MLS as well, but he scored on the penalty kick, and the game ended 1-1. So right now, games do end in a tie. So the United States and Wales have won. England slaughtered Iran. So that was that. So right now, nobody's eliminated. Just to go back with what happened with Argentina and Saudi Arabia, Argentina was up 1-0, and Saudi Arabia scored 2 goals unanswered. That's how that game ended. So, how many of you guys are watching the World Cup? I've only got a chance to watch United States. I caught part of the Argentina Saudi Arabia game, but I know Germany was playing today. One of my friends, her native country is Germany, so seeing what they did today. I'm not really aware of the games because I haven't been home to watch the games. That's the problem. So, all right. So let me see. So that's enough of the World Cup as it is today. And guys, let me know if the audio is okay. I know I'm already about 12 and a half minutes into the show. I haven't even checked audio. So if the audio is coming in good, just let me know if something needs to be adjusted. And also I did get a strike, not a copyright strike, but I did get one of those things for playing the songs last episode. So probably not going to do that again. And the funny thing was, I got a copyright for Lex Luger's theme song. Nothing else I played got the copyright strike. I got a copyright strike for Lex Luger's theme, which is kind of shocking because I think some of the other themes, especially the one with the remix of Hail Mary, you would think that would have gotten a strike, but nope, not that one. Not that one. All right, so let's see. Let me just catch up on the chat because I know you guys been chiming in, and I know specifically, I know with bills and stuff like that. So all the chats that went to Bills, just wishing him well and offering our condolences. Yeah, Sweet Jones. That is, I'm like, and to tell you the truth, with my grandmother when she passed recently, so this is the first Thanksgiving without her too. And I'm talking about my grandmother. I'm like, my grandmother on my father's side is still alive, but on my mother's side, she recently passed. So this is the first one without her too. So I'm right there with you. Yeah, call him Billo though. I don't think he'll appreciate you calling him Billo. That's all right. He appreciates the nod though. Man, preliminaries. My grandmother lived to be 106. That I would wish to live to be a century old. Not the sad thing. The funny thing is, I have nieces and nephews, and I think 3 of them are adults, and I'm already a great uncle. So you can tell by the little streaks of gray in my beard that I'm not old. But to have great in front of my name, great uncle DJ 81. Yeah, that's me. Great uncle. So I think that's surreal. And it also surreal to live beyond the age of 100, to see a whole century, to experience a whole century must be something that you can just, in your final days, you can sit and talk with your kids, your great grandkids, your great grandkids. I don't know how far the line of the tree goes, but definitely. What happens? That's an interesting question. Um, there's the there's the facts of the matter, and then there's the spiritual aspect of what happens when you die. I tend to think that when you're asleep, you pretty much, that's what's going to be happening when you die, because even though the brain's not going to be working at that point, I think there's some way that you are going to be in some other plane of existence the moment you die. Um, but physically, everything's done. Like, your body becomes part of the earth, and I do believe in second, like, second lives, and I forgot what the actual term is. Not necessarily resurrection, but uh, preliminaries. Like, is there a heaven and hell? Buddy, hell is on earth. We are in it right now. I don't know if anyone's told anybody this, but this is hell. What we are experiencing right now is hell. At least that's what I believe. I believe that, because all the troubles in life are happening right here as you breathe, as you drink the water or soda or alcohol, whatever you want to drink. Like, I'm drinking this Zoa featuring Black Adam. This is like in podcast advertising for Black Adam. I haven't even seen the movie, but this is a good drink. I highly recommend this energy drink. It has different flavors. Keeps you going now. All right, so here's something that's been interesting that actually has been long coming, and ever since I think Elon Musk took over Twitter, as I get miscombobulated here. Okay, there we go. Are we leaving Twitter? Are we going anywhere? Are you leaving Twitter? Like, who's leaving Twitter? Like, show of hands, or people in the chat. Where are you going if you're going to leave Twitter? Like, seriously, where are you going? Because as of right now, there is no other place to go. I'm hearing there are other places that are popping up, but I know somebody that possibly is lurking in the chat. Excuse me, who tends to lurk in other people's podcasts. That's just his thing. Pooh. I know, as far as being a content creator, jumping on to newly created social media site, video uploading sites, hasn't gone well for him. Are you trying to say McDonald's? To McDonald's if you leave Twitter? We gotta get spell check in here. Maybe YouTube needs to add the edit button too. But it kind of brings up that I don't know if you guys are remember this audio. I would just say it. this guy, the African, that's like, why are you running? Why are you running? Where are you going? It's pretty much my question for everybody that's leaving Twitter. Now, the main reason why people are leaving Twitter is because of Elon Musk, because he's basically allowing the wild wild west to happen, as it should happen. I believe the wild wild west should exist on social media. I think if people take shots at you, you should be able to take shots back without crying about it. And the old saying goes, if you don't like something, keep scrolling. If you don't want to see something, block it. You will never be in a place like, even in real life. Like, think about it. You go to a bar and you want to just and you the main people that complain about this are people that these are the types of people that go to bars and expect not to be you know not to be like accosted by a drunk person. Like, you're going to a bar and you're going to get mad because drunk people are there. Well, if you didn't want drunk people around you, maybe you shouldn't have gone to the bar. It's Hey, what's up, Dre? I see you. What's up with you? And shouts out to Dre and the High Ground podcast. Uh, did I wonder if did you guys take a hiatus this week? I know I've been working a lot lately, so I haven't been able to catch up to really much of any episodes and been working during the day. So hopefully you guys are doing good, and happy Thanksgiving to you. But yeah, most of the people that are crying about Twitter and the state that it's in, yeah, those are the types of people that they go to bars and get mad because drunk people are at the bar. I think it's stupid. But a lot of people were upset that he reinstated Donald Trump. I mean, Elon Musk is not going to reinstate everybody, but I do believe in free speech. And I do believe that people shouldn't be banned for simple stuff. I believe that it has to be really egregious to be banned off of Twitter. Like, you have to you have to pose a life threatening or be a life threatening force in order to get banned from Twitter. And to me, I didn't feel like Donald Trump was that. I felt like he's a nuisance, he's a liar, he's a con man, he's all these things. But allow him to be that, because that's who he is. That's his true nature. Do you want people to lie to you and act nice? You want a guy like Donald Trump? Oh, hell, you want Biden to be nice to you, and when in the long run he's screwing you over by saying the stuff he says on Twitter? I mean, he did blame a whole bunch of unvaccinated people for the reason why the pandemic continued, when we all know that was a lie. But he never got banned off of Twitter. I mean, it is what it is. I believe if you're gonna ban Trump, you should have banned Biden for saying the stuff he said. Just saying. Gotta be fair. And I think that's where Twitter is heading. And people don't like a fair playing field. They don't like the fact that there's going to be differences of opinions that are not going to be silenced, not going to be censored. And this, at the end, is the core of the matter, is that censorship is being put away. Just let people talk. I'm like, it's social media. It's meant for people to talk, express themselves in any manner they see fit. That's freedom. That is true freedom. And you realize that in today's day and age, people don't want to be as free as they say they do. Especially living here in the United States, it's supposed to be the most free country in the world. But, each side wants censorship in some form or fashion. right. So Dre says, yeah, this week didn't do one. We'll be back next week. And I understand this. I'm like, this is Thanksgiving week. I was actually thinking about pushing this back because like today was just crazy at work. But one of the other things that's going on with Twitter is the fact that you have employees from Twitter quit en masse. And what is that going to do, honestly? All you did was give Elon Musk the opportunity to hire different people. Like if I had a chance to apply for Twitter, which I probably may look at it because I don't know, they may have a situation for me with my background. I could possibly apply. I'm like, it creates by them walking out and taking a stand by quitting their job, which I'm like, which works in certain instances, but it's not going to work here because all he's going to do is hire other people. One man's trash is another man's treasure. That's the way I saw it, and that's the way I tweeted out. So if you walked out on Elon Musk and you became unemployed because you don't like free speech, I mean, hey, you're free to walk out of there. I'm not mad that you walked out. Just don't be mad at me for taking your job since you walked out. I'm like, hey, you left it open. I just walk on in, take it. Thanks. That's all I can say. So, trying to figure out anything else going on. What are your guys' thoughts on the Twitter situation? Do you like the Wild Wild West version of Twitter? You like the fact that there are imposter accounts running around, these bots, especially these OnlyFans bots I have a long list of OnlyFans bots that I've been blocking for the last several months. I've never blocked this many people. I'm not a firm believer in blocking people, but these aren't people. These are bots. And that's the one thing Elon Musk needs to get under control. These goddamn bots are out of control. They appear like if you upload a video here on YouTube and I don't know, for some other reason, you'll get a bot that comments something stupid. And that's what's going on. So, if we can clear up this bot situation and then everyone has the opportunity to, express themselves on Twitter the way it's supposed to be, not be silenced or have your job threatened because you have a difference of opinion. Because, I mean, it's just basically a person who's not used to being exposed to different views, different ways of life and stuff like that. That's why a lot of people have these issues the way they do. And that's the crazy part. So let me go back. Subliminary Sports says happiness and peace of mind over money. Yep, I believe that. I definitely believe in that. I believe if you have peace within yourself, you can express peaceful things and you can spread that peace. That's kind of why dating is a horror show in a way, because the way the dating game works is that I know the way I look, if you're not bringing peace to what I already have, then you're not going to be a part of my peace because you're going to tear it apart. So, all right. So, any last thoughts on Twitter? Anybody in the chat have their thoughts about Twitter? Is Twitter going to actually go bankrupt? And I think that's the fear for some of these people, is that Twitter is going to go belly up and there will be no Twitter. It won't just fade away. It'll just suddenly disappear. MySpace may make a comeback. Black Planet may even issue a comeback, but they tried that during the pandemic and it failed. Just like I remember one chick on there, I had actually signed up for Black Planet again, and this one chick tried to sun me. I smacked the shit out of her virtually with my words, and then left her alone. She had nothing to say. I'm like, and that's the way it needs to be. Preliminary says he has stock in Twitter. It's probably low right now, but at this point, good stock advice. Anything that's low listed now, depending upon who's going to be president in 2024, will let you know how much money you can make. Because I'm telling you, I hate the guy. Well, hate's such a strong word. I don't even know him. But, as much as I dislike Trump, he made me a lot of money during the pandemic. I'm sorry to say it, but that's what happened. A lot of people, if they played their cards right, made a lot of money during the pandemic. Politicians do this all the time, so why couldn't we? Just saying. All right, so said probably wasn't gonna go long tonight. We're 30 minutes in, 31 minutes in. Let's see. So I think the main reason why we're here, and I'm gonna save this for last, is hold up. Yep. You can't spell delay without EA. EA Sports. It's been delayed. So EA made an announcement. I think it was yesterday, 10 a.m. yesterday, that their game is not going to come out until summer of 2024. This was reported by SGO. This was reported by Operation Sports. I think Pasta Padre. And also another site. I think ESPN also had an article on it as well. So, wait a minute. Just a sidebar. I'm going to answer a preliminaries question real quick. Tuck that away. So preliminaries was asking me, how did he make you money? He did a terrible job as president to the point where I think each state went into a lockdown because he managed this pandemic very poorly, to the point where people were just ordering through PayPal a lot. I had stock in PayPal. I also invested in GameStop for that little. So yeah, because he mismanaged the pandemic is why he made me a lot of money due to his mismanagement. Just saying that and unemployment, but I'm just just saying. I made a lot. I was able to get a car from it. Just saying. I'm like, and I made no bones about it. I said I was going to come out of this pandemic a lot better than what I was going into it. I didn't have a car going into the pandemic. I got a car now, mine, paid outright. So, yeah, he made me money due to his poor mismanagement. I don't want to make money like that, but got to take advantage of a situation. You can't just be like, oh, he be mad and pissed off because he mismanaged the country and managed to get innocent people killed because he couldn't handle or take seriously a pandemic. Like millions of people died because he didn't take it seriously. That's more people than the last person that intentionally killed people. This man just didn't take it seriously. You can take that as intention enough. He killed more people than the dude in World War II. I'm not even going to mention his name, but I think Trump killed off more people. And you know what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not even going to go any further than that. You guys know what I'm saying. But let's go back to this EA Sports and college football delay. Not necessarily a delay, because if you think about it, okay, just hold on to this thought. Oops. I'm like messing up over here. So hold on to this thought. The situation with collegiate sports and the video games that were featured back in the day. Um, the issue was player compensation, the students being compensated for their likenesses in the game, whether it was accidental or on purpose, which I can tell you right now was borderline purpose, like intentional, because you pretty much had their height, weight, whatever. You just didn't have their name and whatnot. I remember the first time I heard that you can put players' names in the games and have it announced in the game was I think just after the Bill Walsh series. Like you could literally name the players and the announcers would say their names. Like I was hearing Peter Warwick scoring touchdowns every time I scored with them. Chris Wanke, all those guys. So that was long before O'Bannon got involved. So everybody was mad at him. I was kind of mad at him too. But to tell you the truth, I don't blame him. These students need to be compensated for their likenesses being in the game, especially when you put their hometown, their weight and stuff. That's likenesses. So, but the core of the matter is students being compensated for which runs into their amateur status. Now, that was a thing up until the last few years. So amateur statuses have now changed. It's no longer black and white. There's a lot of gray. And you got a lot of players that are signing these deals to be sponsored. I think they're called it was it NILL. I don't know what the acronym is, but it's pretty much the authority in which players are being compensated by. Now, whether it's through the school, through like an independent organization, you get a lot of these players now are signing deals to be sponsored by like either Nike, Adidas, some off-brand nachos, whatever the case may be. If you can make money off your likeness, college players are now able to do that. But it's a fluid situation. So why do I say that? It's because it's playing a factor. And I think when myself, Bills, and VF were first in frame rates, I think we did an episode on this. We knew it was going to be a fluid situation, that this was a situation that you don't know what college teams are going to be in it. You don't know if they're going to allow their players to be compensated or if they're going to hold their player likenesses hostage for the whole team to be in. Like Notre Dame, I believe, if their players are not being compensated for their likenesses, they're not going to be in the game. Because I think right now Notre Dame's not in the game. So you have to think about the fact that state laws are different in each state. You have to think about the fact that, okay, as these deals grow larger and more recognizable, how does each school handle how to get paid? Is it fair that, okay, most people that are going to be sponsored are going to be your football players, your basketball players. What about your baseball players? What about your volleyball players? What about your road team athletes? You have extreme sports in which I remember there was extreme sports collegiate student that was penalized. His amateur status was taken away because he was involved in professional extreme sports. But the thing was, it's like that was his outlet. That was his thing. That was what he didn't play any other sport. So what does it mean for all the other students? So all of that is a bit of a causation of why I believe this delay is a good thing. It's an ongoing thing. Only thing is, how patient can people be for this game? Now, there are some people that are already upset that this game has been delayed because it was supposed to come out this past summer. I think the first day was supposed to be this past summer, and then we all kind of figured it got delayed. And then, it's being delayed for sure to 2024. It was going to come out next year, And then and then that announcement this past Wednesday, or not Wednesday, Tuesday. The announcement on Tuesday, because today is Wednesday. See, that's how tired I am. I'm worn out. I am from working 8 straight days. Yeah, I don't even remember what day it is. But at the end of the day, the biggest fear I have for this game is that they're not going to have the things that I've been wanting to have in Madden that are in in a NBA 2K game. Like my main gripe has been, why is there no wear and tear injury system in any of EA's games? Like, why is there not a injury wear, like a wear and tear? I'm like, they say it's in Madden, but that's like piss poor version of it. Like, it is horrible. The wear and tear in Madden, it's piss poor. I'm sorry. I don't care who gets mad at that statement. You know, if people come out the woodworks and white knight for Madden 23, I could care less. You know, y'all can kiss my ass. But it's just like, I need something that 2K offers. I need wear and tear. I need a realistic injury system. And after NHL's little debacle of presentation, Madden's presentation is horrible too. So it's just like, what else you guys are going to skimp on? So that goes into the fear I have with NCAA. Now, I hear two modes that are high on, are pretty much 1 and 2 or 1A, 1B. That is Dynasty and the I forgot what they call the college version of the single player. But pretty much the single player and the Dynasty mode are number one and or 1A and 1B uh, on the priority list. So we haven't heard anything else about maybe ultimate team modes, which I could care less about. I think that's the reason why sports games have been going downhill in the first place, because of ultimate team. And you know what? I've been saying that for a long time, and people are like downplaying it, but that's the truth. The moment ultimate team became a thing, all these other modes got pushed aside. That's that's what happened. I'm like, because you don't hear the ultimate team players complaining about their mode anymore. That got fixed right away. So that's how that works. But we'll see. Right now, I feel like it doesn't affect me because I wasn't really checking for the game. It's going to come out when it's going to come out. I'm more than patient because I have plenty of games to play. I'm playing God of War Ragnarok. It has a great story, by the way. Um, I feel like I'm halfway through the game and I'm starting to catch my stride in that game versus God of War 2018. I was catching my stride early in that game. So I'm like, I definitely am enjoying God of War Ragnarok. Uh, let's see. Preliminaries like No Man's Sky. Um, I haven't been. I look. I think my work schedule plays a factor in why I haven't really been playing No Man's Sky or Scum or all the other games. Like been trying to I've been spreading myself thin as far as my work schedule. That when I come home, there's probably 1 or 2 games that I've been playing. That's been God of War. I think maybe 3 games. God of War, um, NBA 2K, and possibly Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I have both the first Modern Warfare, the reboot of Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. So I have both of them. And I haven't played the campaign in Modern Warfare 2, but I heard the story is interesting as it should be. I wish Battlefield would put a campaign mode back in their game, but I don't know. They want to go to the beta route. But I hear their maps are a lot better in Battlefield 2042. So we'll see how that works. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else going on because, like I said, this wasn't going to be a long episode. I didn't want to keep you guys too long. It is the day before Thanksgiving. So I know a lot of you guys probably are thinking about the year that has passed and probably just looking at, grubbing tomorrow. Like all people can think about is food tomorrow, like just how much they can eat, what's going to be on the plate, and who's going to fix what, and who's going to ruin dinner. Because everybody knows that they have that one person in their family. They can't cook. They're the ones that are trying to cook, Thanksgiving and possibly may ruin the dish. Let's see. Yeah, preliminary is like I'm back on the 19s Madden and 2K. Gotcha. But I think that's about it that I have for you guys tonight. I had more, but I don't have like today just zapped the energy out of me. As you see, I'm drinking this energy drink, but it's only to hold out for the rest of this episode. And I wonder if you guys have any questions for me. I know I talked about stuff being thankful for. Thankful for working consistently throughout the year, even though it's through like 3 different jobs. But thankful to still be active, thankful to still be breathing, thankful to be, I would say, just back doing this podcast. Thankful to Bills being my co-host. Thankful for you guys for showing up and showing up consistently, which like I really do appreciate that a lot more. Because I really didn't expect you guys to really come and check out the show after like the last season ended. Because the way it was just like, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's because I became inconsistent or it's just I started like leaning on you guys a little bit. I was like, why aren't you motherfuckers showing up? But I'm glad you guys are here, so I'm thankful just that I don't know that we all can coexist. I know I try to present a free platform in this podcast to be able to express yourself. I'm like, people get roasted on this podcast. People can say whatever they need to say, express how they feel, agree to disagree, agree, outright disagree. To me, it really doesn't matter. I'm thankful for the conversation that, whether it's one way or two way, that I'm able to have with you guys. And that's really all I have for you guys. So if you guys have anything to be thankful for, you can say it in the chat. I'll definitely take a look at it as you guys are going through. And I think we'll be back. Let's see, episode 46 is the next episode. We're chugging along in this season, and like I said, this season is gonna keep going, and probably have a little break. I think we may hit 50 before Christmas. I could make it so, but if I can hit 50 before Christmas and have that nice little Christmas break and whatnot, then that will be what I want. And I'll probably talk with Bills about that because I know everybody will want to take a break. Everybody wants to spend time with their family, just like Thanksgiving. So that's why this show tonight episode didn't go long. So, all right. Well, I'm going to wrap it up from there. Again, I think you guys are coming out. Let me just go through the roll call. So, again, it was preliminary. Sweet Jones. Let's see. And Dre Watson came through tonight. And like I said, shouts out to Bills. He was missing this week and knew he was going to be out ahead of time. Wishing him well. And I seen that dish you made. I wonder if you could send that down here. So I saw he did tweet out a meal that he made. So he's real. I think he's quite. I guess he's quite the chef. I'm not a cook in my own right. I can cook salmon. I can cook some steak. I can mix match certain things, but I'm not the cook in the family. That gene, my father has that gene. My sisters have that gene. Everybody else in the family has a gene. But guess what genes I have? The athletic gene. I could beat them all in any sport imaginable. That's the gene I have. But ask me to cook something? Nah, I'm ordering out all day, every day. So, all right. So I'm going to end it on that note. Again, thank you guys for coming out. Happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. And this dude, preliminary. Can you cook some bacon? Bacon is relatively easy to cook. Just don't burn it. That's all you have to do. I'm like, you can microwave it, you could grill it, you could air fry it, but the point of bacon is that it's supposed to add flavor. So technically, you're not really. Bacon shouldn't be. I'm like, bacon for me, I can eat by itself, but bacon with the fat dripping off of it, that stuff adds flavor. But you can't. You're not supposed. You don't want to burn bacon. That's the main tip I have for anybody who cooks bacon. Just don't burn it. Heard somebody cook scrambled eggs. I thought that was hilarious. Whatever the case may be. But anyway, let me let you guys go. I didn't want to hold you guys too long. Again, be safe. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy holidays. Whatever. And also, not just happy Thanksgiving, but also be mindful of the people who are not here with us at this moment for this Thanksgiving. Be mindful of the fact that also Thanksgiving, the holiday itself, is an insult to Native Americans. Be aware of that as well. Some may say the jersey I have behind me is an insult to Native Americans, but you see, I'm not displaying the former team name. I just have everyone's favorite receiver, Art Monk, not Mike Quick. Fuck that guy. Art Monk. Art Monk. I can't believe somebody even favored Mike Quick over. And it was the Eagles coach too. Oh yeah, that's right. We beat them too. I forgot about that. We did beat the Eagles, so that was egg in their face. Anyway, and we're still the only team that's beaten them. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, other than that, take care. Peace. I'm out. I said I did that backwards. All right, then. I'm out. Peace.